Top 9 Survival Movies in World. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Superstar 10s. In today's video, we're going to talk about top 9 survival movies in world. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Here are the top 9 survival movies in world. 9. The Book of Eli, 2010, directed by Albert and Alan Hughes, starring Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman, Mila Kunis. Eli's book is a mysterious apocalyptic survival that follows the labor of a mysterious wanderer named Eli, who traveled west to the Pacific coast decades after the nuclear apocalypse turned the world into a wasteland. It's a movie. The secret Eli finds a turbulent outside world rests in a powerful book that is the last of its kind and is considered to be of great importance to the future of mankind. Unfortunately, valuable artifacts often makes Eli the target of predators, bandits, and thieves who have taken advantage of the law and order dystopian post-war society. 8. The Way Back, 2010, directed by Peter Weir, starring Jim Sturgis, Colin Farrell, Ed Harris. Inspired by The Long Walk, a memoir of Lieutenant Slavomir Ravage of the Polish army, the roughly based Way Back plunges into a spectacular escape story of countless prisoners from the Soviet Gulag in the depths of Siberia. After being imprisoned by the NKVD, who believe him to be a spy, Polish army officer Janusz Wyszczek meets a diverse cast of characters with whom he builds enough trust to plan an escape to Mongolia, including an American engineer named Mr. Smith and a mischievous Russian delinquent named Falka. Others join in on the plan, but facing the brutal elements of the Siberian landscape, their survival is in peril. 7. The Edge, 1997, directed by Lee Tamahori, starring Anthony Hopkins, Alec Baldwin, Elle Macpherson. Like many different survival films, The Edge takes region in Alaska. However, the stark distinctions between this film and plenty of others of the style is that it is now no longer the surroundings you need to fear approximately the most, however, the folk that are along with you. It all starts off evolved while a billionaire Charles Moores, his spouse Mickey, and photographer Bob Green head to the splendid north of a holiday and picture graph shot. 6. Apollo 13, 1995, directed Ron Howard, starring Tom Hanks, Ed Harris, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton. Apollo 13 is a dramatic documentary film that offers changes from the other films listed and reminds us of the historic event that NASA called cancelled its missions to the moon in 1970s. The film carefully analyzes the plans and preparations of astronaut Jim Lovell, Fred Haise, and Jack Swigert. However, those hopes quickly fade 205,000 miles away in outer space when an oxygen tank explodes, causing tremendous damage to their ships and depleting their onboard oxygen supply, sparking the infamous callback phrase to NASA's headquarters, "Houston, we have a problem." 5. The Omega Man, 1971, directed by Boris Sagal, starring Charlton Heston. The second film adaptation of Richard Matheson's famed novel I Am Legend. The Omega Man is a post-apocalyptic thriller that follows the account of Dr. Robert Neville, who is believed to be one of the last survivors of a biological war between Russia and China that has vanquished most humanity. Living among the ashes of what's once Los Angeles, Neville soon realizes he is not alone and must contend with a horde of ghostly pale mutants who have made him a priority target due to his creations of a vaccine that can save humanity. 4. Rescue Dawn, 2006, directed by Werner Herzog, starring Christian Bale. Details of survival are as harrowing and suspenseful as those of people who endure the brutality of war. Rescue Dawn epitomizes that by depicting the real-life events and struggles of German-American pilot Dieter Dengler and his fellow prisoners of war during the Vietnam War. When a deep air support missions in February of 1966 goes awry, Dieter's planes is shot down over Laos by Pathet Lao sympathizers. Over the next half years, he and his fellow POWs are subject to abhorrent torture and abuse by their captors. 3. The Grey, 2011, directed by Joe Carnahan, starring Liam Neeson. Set in a remote Alaskan wilderness, The Grey is a haunting film that follows the life of John Ottaway, a skilled marksman making a living hunting down wolves that threatens oil drilling operations in the area. Ottaway, already in a perilous state of mind due to being distanced from his wife, is at his wit's end and losing his sanity due to the taxing way of life in the wild north. At the end of his contract with the oil company, Ottaway and his co-workers embark on a flight back to the mainland, but their plane crashes in the middle of nowhere. 2. The Road, 2009, directed by John Hillcoat, starring Viggo Mortensen, Cody Smith McPhee. Based on the Cormac McCarthy novel, The Road offers a grim depiction of the United States after an apocalyptic events leaves the country completely devastated ecologically. The story follows the journey of a father and son who are traveling the barren wasteland with nothing but a rickety cart to hold the few possessions they have left. Every day is a perpetual grind, and the lack of necessities in a dog-eat-dog world turned to absolute anarchy leads the duo to head south in hopes for a better life with better access to resources. 1. Castaway, 2000s, directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Tom Hanks, Helen Hunt. At some point in our lives, we have all been asked, what 5 items would you bring with you to survive on a deserted island? It's almost a virtual certainty that nobody would have had a volleyball on the list. That is, unless you were Tom Hanks' incarnations of FedEx Systems analyst Chuck Nolan in Castaway. That is all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos.